Imagine a language, once spoken by millions, now completely lost to time. Picture the voices of entire civilizations, their stories, their wisdom, just erased. Today, we're embarking on a journey to uncover 20 forgotten languages that once shaped our world, but now survive only in whispers. Let's begin our exploration with Sumerian. This isn't just any old language. It's the world's first known written language, born in the cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia. For thousands of years, it was the voice of innovation, used to record everything from epic poems like Gilgamesh to the mundane details of trade, complex laws, and the grand histories of kings. But as empires rose and fell, Sumerian was gradually replaced. Now no one speaks it. Its voice is silent, and all that remains are the wedge-shaped marks on ancient clay tablets, a silent testament to a once mighty people. Next, we journey to the heart of an empire, Latin, the language of the Romans. It once echoed from the shores of Britain to the deserts of the Middle East. It was the language of law, of military command, of poetry, and of the everyday person in the streets of Rome. While Latin never truly died, it evolved into the Romance languages like French, Spanish, and Italian, and its spirit lives on in science, medicine, and religion. The classical Latin spoken by Cicero and Caesar is no longer a living, breathing language. Its everyday voice has gone silent. Now let's venture into the dense jungles of Central America to find the Mayan languages. These weren't just a single tongue, but a family of languages spoken by one of the most advanced civilizations of the ancient world. They used a complex hieroglyphic script to chart the stars, develop incredibly accurate calendars, and record their mythology. Their symbols, intricately carved into stone temples and monuments, still stand today. But colonization and the passage of time have silenced many of these dialects, leaving a void where a rich tapestry of voices once thrived. From the Americas, we travel to ancient Egypt, where we find Coptic. This language represents the final stage of the ancient Egyptian language, the direct descendant of the tongue spoken by the pharaohs. For centuries, it was the language of the people and was crucial in the early days of Christianity, used to write some of the oldest copies of the New Testament. But with the spread of Arabic, Coptic slowly faded from daily use and now survives primarily as a liturgical language in the Coptic Church. It's the last faint echo of a language that spanned millennia. Our journey then takes us to the Indian subcontinent, to the elegant and profound language of Sanskrit. For thousands of years, Sanskrit was the vessel for countless groundbreaking ideas in philosophy, mathematics, astronomy, and literature. Great epics like the Mahabharata and the Ramayana were composed in it. Yet, as the centuries passed, it transformed from a language of daily conversation into a language of scholars, priests, and ancient texts. While its influence is immense and it is still studied and revered, its role as a common spoken language has faded into history. Let's return to Mesopotamia and meet Akkadian. For nearly 2,000 years, this was the international language of the Middle East, the language of diplomacy and power. Spoken by mighty empires like the Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians, it carried the decrees of powerful kings and the stories of their conquests. But like the empires that spoke it, Akkadian eventually fell into decline, replaced by Aramaic. Today, it's a complex puzzle that archaeologists and linguists painstakingly piece together from cuneiform inscriptions found in the ruins of ancient cities. Now, think about the letters you're reading right now. We owe them, in large part, to Phoenician, spoken by a maritime trading culture along the coast of the Mediterranean. The Phoenicians developed a revolutionary alphabet that was simple and easy to learn. This system was so effective that it was adopted and adapted by the Greeks, then the Romans, and eventually became the basis for most modern alphabets. Yet, ironically, while their greatest invention is all around us, the Phoenician language itself has completely vanished, fading into the mists of the past. Across the continent in ancient Europe, Gaulish was once spoken by Celtic tribes from France to Turkey. It was the language of fierce warriors who challenged the might of Rome. We hear echoes of it in the descriptions of Julius Caesar during his campaigns. But the overwhelming power and influence of the Roman Empire and the Latin language proved too much. Gaulish was slowly erased, and today, only a few hundred words survive, mostly from inscriptions carved into stone or as root words that were passed down into modern French. Another language that brushed against the Roman Empire was Gothic. Spoken by the Germanic tribes who played a crucial role in the fall of the Western Roman Empire, Gothic had its moment of glory. It was even one of the first Germanic languages to be written down thanks to a bishop named Ulfilas who translated the Bible into Gothic. But as the Goths assimilated into other cultures, their language began to fade. Today, only fragments of this powerful tongue remain, preserved almost exclusively in old religious texts. Finally, we encounter one of history's greatest linguistic mysteries, Etruscan. The Etruscans were a sophisticated civilization that flourished in Italy long before Rome rose to power. They left behind thousands of short inscriptions, and thanks to our knowledge of the alphabet they used, we can read the words. The problem? We don't know what most of them mean. The language is an isolate, unrelated to any other known language, and its grammar and vocabulary remain a profound puzzle. The full, rich voice of the Etruscan people is a secret lost to time. These are just 10 of the 20 languages we'll explore. We still have Old Norse, the language of the Vikings. Hittite, a cornerstone of the Indo-European family. Manx, a Celtic language that was declared extinct and then revived. Akkadian, the language of the Silk Road, and many more. Each one tells a unique story of culture, conquest, and change. From these forgotten languages, we see a powerful lesson. Voices can vanish, cultures can fade, but their impact can echo through eternity. They shaped history, they built empires, and they are woven into the very fabric of the words we speak today. They are silent, but not forgotten. Which of these lost languages would you bring back if you could? Imagine hearing a Viking saga in Old Norse or a philosophical debate in classical Sanskrit. Comment with your choice below. And if you're fascinated by forgotten history, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more journeys into the past. Thanks for watching.